Number 5. Venice, Italy. Venice is a city in northeastern Italy and the capital of the Veneto region. It is situated across a group of 118 small islands that are separated by canals and linked by bridges, of which there are 400. The islands are located in the shallow Venetian lagoon, an enclosed bay that lies between the mouths of the Po and the Piave rivers, more exactly between the Brenta and the Sile. Parts of Venice are renowned for the beauty of their settings, their architecture, and artwork. The lagoon and a part of the city are listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In 2014, 264,579 people resided in Comune di Venezia, of whom around 55,000 live in the historic city of Venice Centro Storico. Together with Padua and Treviso, the city is included in the Padua-Treviso-Venice metropolitan area PATREV, with a total population of 2 points. Number 4. Paris, France. Paris is the capital and most populous city in France, with an area of 105 square kilometers 41 square miles, and a population of 2,206,488. Since the 17th century, Paris has been one of Europe's major centers of finance, commerce, fashion, science, and the arts. The Paris region had a GDP of 681 billion US 850 billion in 2016, accounting for 31% of the GDP of France. In 2013-14, the Paris region had the third highest GDP in the world and the largest regional GDP in the EU. The city of Paris's administrative limits form an east-west oval centered on the island at its historical heart, the La Dialysit. This island is near the top of an arc of the river Seine that divides the city into southern Rive Gauche left bank and northern Rive Droit regions. Paris is the core of a built-up area that extends well beyond its limits. Commonly referred to as the agglomeration parisienne, and statistically as a unit urbaine, a measure of urban area, the Paris agglomeration's 2013 population of 10,601,122 made it the largest urban area in the European Union. City-influenced commuter activity reaches well beyond even this in a statistical urbaine de Paris, a measure of metropolitan area that had a 2013 population of 12,405,400. Number 3. Banff National Park. Banff National Park is Canada's oldest national park and was established in 1885. Located in the Rocky Mountains, 110-180 km 68-112 mi, west of Calgary in the province of Alberta, Banff encompasses 6,641 square kilometers 2,564 sq mi of mountainous terrain, with numerous glaciers and ice fields, dense coniferous forest, and alpine landscapes. The Icefields Parkway extends from Lake Louise, connecting to Jasper National Park in the north. Provincial forests and Yoho National Park are neighbors to the west, while Kootenay National Park is located to the south and Kananaskis Country to the southeast. The main commercial center of the park is the town of Banff, in the Bow River Valley. The Canadian Pacific Railway was instrumental in Banff's early years, building the Banff Springs Hotel and Chateau Lake Louise, and attracting tourists through extensive advertising. In the early 20th century, roads were built in Banff, at times by war internees from World War I, and through Great Depression-era public works projects since the 1960s. Park accommodations have been open all year, with annual tourism visits to Banff increasing to over 5 million in the 1990s. Millions more pass through the park on the Trans-Canada Highway, as Banff has over 3 million visitors annually. The health of its ecosystem has been threatened. In the mid-1990s, Parks Canada responded by initiating a 2-year. Number 2. Fiordland National Park, New Zealand. Fiordland National Park occupies the southwest corner of the South Island of New Zealand. It is the largest of the 14 national parks in New Zealand, with an area of 12,607 square kilometers, 4,868 sq mi, and a major part of the Te Wahapounamu World Heritage Site. The park is administered by the Department of Conservation. Almost 10,000 square kilometers, 3,900 sq mi, of Fiordland were set aside as a national reserve in 1904, following suggestions by then future Prime Minister Thomas Mackenzie and Southland Commissioner of Crown Lands, John Hay, that the region should be declared a national park. The area had already become a destination for trampers, following the opening up of the Milford Track from Lake Tiana to Milford Sound in 1889 by New Zealand explorers Quentin McKinnon and Donald Sutherland Explorer, which received significant publicity from a 1908 article in the London Spectator describing it as the finest walk in the world. The Fiordland Public Reserve was created as a park administered by the Department of Lands and Survey, in practical terms similar to National Park. The only two officially named national parks in New Zealand at the time, Tongariro National Park and Egmont National Park, were administered by park boards. Consolidation of the management of these parks led to the National Parks Act of 1952. Here we go. Number 1. St. Basil's Cathedral, Moscow. The Cathedral of Vasily the Blessed Russian. Sobor Vasilia Blazhenogo, commonly known as St. Basil's Cathedral, is a church in Red Square in Moscow, Russia. The building, now a museum, is officially known as the Cathedral of the Intercession of the Most Holy Theotokos on the Motsobor Pokrova Presvyatoy Bogorodice, Chtonarvu, or Pokrovsky Cathedral. It was built from 1555-61 on orders from Ivan the Terrible and commemorates the capture of Kazan and Astrakhan. It was the city's tallest building until the completion of the